everybody, welcome. I wanted to share with you this clip from the last live Vagrein channeling session that I had. It's the first question that came up in the first session of this block of channeling sessions that I had with the community. And it's about anxiety. Now, I personally have had anxiety in the past. Sometimes it still pops up and rears its head. And Vagrein helps us reframe what anxiety is, understand what anxiety is, and to get through it in a way that's more holistic and without judgment and without fear, above all else. So I'd love for you to tune into this little clip from that live session. And if you are interested in joining our next live session, it's at 9 p.m. May 2nd at Central European Summertime. And you can join that by clicking the link in this description and grabbing your tickets because it's so soon. If you can't make that one, there's another one on May 31st, which I'd love for you to also consider joining. And that still has its early bird prices. Do like and subscribe. As soon as I hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to have a really special surprise for you guys. So that's something I'm totally looking forward to. And yeah, enjoy this clip and don't worry, be happy.
Lately, I've been having episodes of anxiety that seem excessive related to the trigger or that don't seem to have a trigger at all. Could you tell me what is happening during an anxiety attack and how to get through it more quickly?
Anxiety is an example of your fantastic ability to imagine. In that, you have this fantastic imagination, this wild, wonderful ability and tool at your disposal. And for reasons or another, you have been taught that imagination is meant for concern, is meant to protect you. In that, yes, it is true that if you can foresee the potential negative outcomes of any particular choice or action, you can avoid or choose differently than that action. For example, if you are walking in a direction and the road ends in a cliff, you can, several steps beforehand, see that there is a cliff there and imagine that if you were to continue in that direction, you would fall off the cliff and end your human existence. Therefore, you imagine yourself falling off this cliff and ending your human existence, and therefore can choose a different direction to go in. So in this case, yes, your imagination of the outcome that would have occurred if you had gone in that direction is very useful to you. It is that tool. However, when you are consistently imagining all negative potentials, and only negative potentials, you are also in many ways calling that into your experience. But not only, you are disturbing your current experience because of the imagination itself. The good news is, for those of you that do have this predisposition to worry or concern yourself or have the physical reaction, because often when you are speaking of anxiety, you are not speaking of the thoughts themselves, but your physical reaction to them, then you also have the ability to train your imagination to anticipate the best outcome and to expect the best outcome, thereby calling that more likely into your experience. There is a superpower beneath anyone who does have the experience of what you call suffering from anxiety, because those same people have very strong powers of visualization, or what you are calling visualization. Because if you can imagine the worst possible thing occurring, then you can also imagine the best possible thing occurring. What does at times present when you are calling what you are saying is anxiety is that you are not necessarily even aware that you are imagining these negative outcomes. You are simply having the physical reaction to them. This is because your body is trained to be so quick in responding to your thoughts that it manifests the physical experience of, say, more adrenaline to react or to change that direction before you even know that you have imagined yourself falling off the cliff. So the first step is to understand that you may learn ways to moderate or to respond to your physical reactions, whether it be sweaty palms or hyperactivity or a sense of dread or fear, a shortness of breath, as if they were clues to you that you were using your skill of imagination inaccurately. And in that moment, realize that that skill of imagination is active. And therefore, if it is already active, you can take that moment to have a concrete and direct visualization practice. So when anxiety presents itself and you are going down that spiral of being worried that X, Y, or Z will occur, realize that you are already activating a very powerful tool, and that instead of using that tool to hammer in a nail, you can use it to pull another one out. It is already in your hand, is what we are saying. Therefore, as you develop your skills of focusing, you may use what you are calling now anxiety to your advantage. Does this make sense?
Yes. And I'm also wondering if there's an element, like if I feel like I do have a lot of energy, but I wonder if there's an element of me directing my energy into my body and it just kind of getting stuck into my body and that feeling like anxiety.
Yes, it is a physical reaction. It is not stuck, however. It is simply that you are not using it to its best advantage, in that you can use that energy and shift it from anxiety into excitement. And anxiety and excitement are the same physical reaction. It is the framing of them that will make the difference for you. So when you're anxious about, let's say, visiting with someone, instead, spend your effort, your focus, and your energy, because that is where your power lies, in anticipating all the potential good that come from that environment, that experience, as opposed to imagining all the potential bad that could come from it. So I hope you enjoyed that clip from our live session in April. I hope you can join us for our live sessions in May, on May 2nd and May 31st. And if you do want to join that and have a chance to ask your own questions, either vocally or in the chat, then we're going to be there for a full hour together. And last time, all the questions got answered. So I'm imagining that the same thing will happen this time, and you'll have your chance to talk with Vagrein directly. And yeah, I hope that you're having a wonderful week and that I can see you soon. Bye-bye.